Today I'm going to show you how to transplant peace lily. As you can see, my peace lily is overgrown in this pot. Peace lily is a beautiful plant. It's known to purify air, good for living rooms, dining rooms, or even bedrooms. These require medium light, and you only need to water to keep the soil moist but not wet, and temperature normally should be about 50 degrees Fahrenheit or 10 degrees Celsius. And every 6 months we need to fertilize it, but it doesn't grow super fast, so it doesn't crowd. But right now I'm going to show you how to transplant this peace lily. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do by clicking the subscribe button below and the bell for notifications so you won't miss any of my video. Now to start transplanting this peace lily, we're going to pull out of this pot, but carefully holding the plant and pulling the pot. And as you can see, it came out really easy. But as you notice, the roots are all tangled together, and that's going to be an issue if you wanted to separate this. If you're not going to separate the plants, then you can just put it in the bigger pot. But what I'm doing today is I'm going to split this and put it in 3 different pots. I'm also going to be using this pot, but before I do that, I am going to wash it with bleach and rinse it very well. Using bleach will make sure that if there's any fungus that's growing in there or bacteria, that it will die before you use it to transplant any plants. Now, because the roots are all tangled, we are going to try to separate it, but as you can see, it wouldn't because all the roots are tangled. So our option is to remove all the dirt around it and to carefully loosen the soil and roots. I'm going to speed up the video from here, and as you can see, it's as once the plants grow really close and the roots get tangled, it takes a lot of time for you to entangle them. But the best way to keep the plant survivable when you transplant it is to make sure that you don't break the roots and to gently pull them out and untangle them. So it took me about 10-15 minutes to entangle the whole roots of the peace lily. Now I'm getting ready to separate it by carefully pulling apart. And sometimes people recommend to use knife or shears, but I prefer to use my hands to just carefully pull it, just to make sure that I'm not cutting any roots. So I think now we got one, and from here it's easy to separate once she's got 1 or 2 bulbs out. And if you notice, I am carefully pulling them out and holding the bottom where the roots are attached, just to make sure that I don't mess up the plant. Now that we have it all separated, I think we're ready to plant, and I just use the same pot but put new dirt inside and carefully putting them together and putting dirt around it and make sure it's planted very well, that it's not wobbly. Make sure it's firm on the ground, I mean on the dirt, and that will make sure that it will grow and not die. So after we do that, I carefully tap the soil around it, and then I am going to water it. And normally I water this plant every week to make sure that it's not super dry. And we are repeating the process on the other peace lily. So now this is the second pot. This is the third batch of peace lily. I'm putting this in the bigger pot because this is the main plant when I first bought it, and it's a little bit bigger. So I'm putting this in a much bigger pot. This is actually a recycled milk bottle that I'm using. Basically recycling this milk jug because it's good for the environment. Recycling is good for the environment. So if you run out of pots, it's always, before you buy another one, just look around your garage, your kitchen, see if you have any bottles that you don't need. After 3 weeks, this is my peace lily. They all grown very well, and the bigger one actually is flowering now, and it's very pretty. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to leave a comment below, and remember to subscribe and click the bell button for notifications. Thank you.